and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
And
therapist.
together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, today you want to talk about absolute best foam roller and technique, right?
Right. First of all, we want to talk about just the foam roller. Some people out there may not even be aware that you can use one of these round cylindrical objects for working with your muscles, getting them to relax, reduce pain, and just feel good about it. And another nice thing I like is posture. So anybody concerned about posture, we're going to show a technique.
Yeah, we're
on
actually
that.
going to do a posture video today, and this is one of the things I'm going to
Right.
suggest.
They're a wonderful products.
This one's pretty too, by the way, Brad.
Exactly. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. So
right.
guys, just hang on for just a little bit so we can get through all these, all this information. All right.
All right, what do we start with, Brad?
Well, first of all, why does a foam roller work? Okay. Now, I have not,
Theory according to Brad.
right. I have not gotten any studies. I don't even know if they have studies on this yet, but they're throughout the, they're sold by the millions throughout the
Right.
world, and this is going to
Exactly.
kind of help you understand, in my theory, why they work. First of all, they work as a massager to massage the muscle. I don't think you can disagree with
No, you
this.
can't,
Bob.
and a lot of people use it in that way.
Exactly.
A lot of athletes.
So, for
Yeah.
example, let's take a look at the leg. I actually drew this, Bob. What do you say?
Yeah, this is shocking that Brad drew
Yeah,
this.
it's not bad. I think later on
It's
in my
not
life,
a stick figure.
yeah, I think I'm going to start doing.
Can you
little
see that, Lonnie?
painting. That's good.
Oh,
it's
it's good now?
Okay.
Okay.
So if we're looking at the side view, if this is Bob, can you look? Yeah. So here we're looking at from Bob from here down, and here we've got some of the major muscle groups. We've got the calf muscle here, and the hamstrings, the quadriceps, and this blue line in here represents the TFL. Okay, that's a fibrous band that goes from the knee up to the hip, and then there's actually the muscle belly is connected up in the ear into the hip abductors. Okay, and the glute max.
TFL, by the way, tensor fascia lata. That's how we used to do it in
That's how you
in
remember
anatomy.
it, huh?
That's right.
Okay, so before we go on any farther, maybe we should bring up the point about if we got new listeners
All right.
out there.
If you're new to our channel, by the way, which a lot of you are, please take just a second. There's a subscribe button right on the screen here. We provide lots of videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day.
You bet.
So
Okay.
we work hard, Brad.
Yeah, we do, when we're not sleeping. Okay. All right, so here we got the muscles. Now, if you look at the lines of the muscles, muscle fibers in the leg go up and down. There's fibers in the
Sure.
muscle, and you can see the fibers in the buttock area, they go at an angle backwards, okay?
Sure.
And this TFL muscle kind of goes at an angle this way,
Okay.
okay? And this goes throughout all the body. We're just going to talk about the leg now because that's what we're going to do some demonstrating on. When you use the foam roller, you want to go with the fibers of the muscles. You
Sure.
can go the other way and see how it works out, but this is the way I typically do it, and I get good results this way. So if you're going to work the calf, the muscles go up and down, the fibers go this direction, so we're going to roll in that direction.
Sure.
Same with the hamstrings here, and as well as the muscles up in the hip area. The TFL goes along the full way, and we're going to work on that too. That one is kind of a tender area.
Yeah, very sensitive. A lot
Right.
of people have trouble with that one.
Right, and
So-
one of the rollers we're going to have is going to address that just by the density of it.
All right, very good.
Okay. The other thing I really think works well about the foam roller is that if you think of using a rolling pin over some dough, it squishes the dough out. Well, that's
Right.
what the roller is doing. It's kind of squishing your muscles, and that helps to relax it like a deep, when the massage therapist digs in, and they're trying
Right.
to get that trigger point out, and it's like, oh, it hurts so good kind of a feeling, then you're okay. Plus, it helps the circulation because it squishes out, like if you roll a foam roller over a wet sponge, it squishes the water out of the sponge, and then as you take the pressure off, it's got to resorb back in.
So not only blood flow, but lymphedema too.
Exactly.
I'm adding to your theory as we
Yeah.
go along here, Brad.
I would not use this for lymphedema, though.
Right, not lymphedema treatment, no.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now let's look at the density we talked about. We've got 3 foam rollers here because if you look this up and you order one on the internet, there's going to be the density. Now we're going to bring this up closer, a good close-up view. We need this one in the middle, Bob.
Okay.
Too far
Oh,
away.
geez.
Okay.
Lonnie has a restraining order against us.
Okay. You got that? Yeah. Let's see. Let's get this up because If you want to get these same rollers we have, you can get them here from optp.com. They're a company that only sells quality equipment, and that's where we get our stuff from. You can get them wherever you want, but that's where these are from. If you look at this and you push into this dark black foam roller, you can see my thumb is not going in very deep. I'm pushing fairly hard.
Now this is very, very dense.
Yeah, now we go to this one. And if I push in there, you can see it's a little easier to get my thumb to go in farther. Okay, and then we look at this one, and I can bury my thumb, the front end of my thumb, right into it. Much softer. So we got the high density, medium density, and then the low density. Okay.
And I'm really anxious. I have never used anything but the high density.
Sure.
So and I have not tried these out yet, Brad. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to feel.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Bob. I was the same way. I always use the dark one because, you know, I'm tough man, He-Man, strong like bull. You got to have something aggressive to really work those muscles out. And it does, but when I got these, I'm thinking these are a little nicer.
Right.
And I think they do just as good a job, if not better, because you relax more.
And especially on some of those sensitive areas,
Right.
like you said, like the IT band or
Exactly.
TFO. So,
Why don't we, why don't you stand up, Bob? We're going to, you said you wanted to do it on here. I don't want these to bump into here. All right.
obviously, we don't want you doing foam rolling on a table. We're just doing this for demonstration purposes.
Right,
so.
because Bob doesn't want to get on the floor.
I don't want to get on the floor.
Okay, Bob, we're going to do the calf.
Okay.
Why don't you long sit?
You want me to do the calf?
Yep. Remember, I talked about the calf muscles, the fibers are going this way. So let's do both. You want to do both at the same time? Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that out, Bob. He's got his buttocks off the table. He's putting the weight through there. And how does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. The calf isn't sensitive to me, so.
If you want to get more aggressive on one leg, cross one leg over.
Yeah, now it's getting a little
That gets
tougher.
a little more, that's more aggressive, isn't it? And that's probably about as aggressive as I know as you can get on the calf.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just switch, Bob.
All right.
Let's go to the softest one and see what kind of difference it makes.
Oh, yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not nearly as sensitive, but yet it's still doing the job.
Right.
In fact, in some ways, it seems like it almost does better.
It
digs in deeper, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I notice it. We'll get one on the back. You really notice it when you do your thoracic back. Why don't you do the hamstring one?
How come you skipped to the medium?
Well, I just wanted to get the maximum difference.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but you know we can do the medium one too here. And you notice these are really pretty. If you're going to get one for your wife or something for a gift, these are going to hit a home run.
Yeah, you're gonna, if you bring these to the gym, you're gonna stand out. You're gonna be cool.
Yeah, right.
Like you aren't normally, Brad. So that really
At the Y, they got a white one that's kind of dirty and it's been around for 5 years. Yeah, that I still use. I don't care.
Yeah, really good.
So he's working that now. Let's get to that buttock muscle area where you're doing the muscles that connect to the IT band that strains here. And I want you going to turn on your side a little bit, Bob.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is where the softer one really pays off because Bob's on the medium density.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah, let's see what see what your facial expressions give us. Now we're going to go to the high density.
See, the buttock doesn't bother me as much as if I go on the band.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that too.
So
go ahead, go to the band one.
I felt that already. I mean, as I just right there. I'm not as sensitive as you are, but this is pretty intense.
Yeah. So for that IT band, let's try.
Let me try that one once.
The low density.
Oh, see that's really nice. Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah. This is the baby. This is the winner.
Exactly.
Maybe there's some guys that are a little sadistic and want to have some pain when they're doing this, but
then they should have the high density one and let them go to work on it.
So, really nice. Really.
Now let's do the back ones.
Yeah, I know how this one feels. I did this one this morning.
Oh, you
on
did?
My back.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to use the medium
let's
or the
go
low?
medium first.
Medium? Okay.
Okay.
You did this already, so you had your back cracked?
Yeah, it actually just did already.
Just did now?
Yeah,
you'll get a little cavitation.
Just, an hour later, it seems like it's still ready to cavitate again, like you said.
Now, is that all the farther you'll roll on yours, or will you go up to the neck?
I don't go up to the neck.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can vary that, whatever works good for you. Do you do the length one for the posture? We mentioned that earlier.
I don't.
Okay.
I should, though. I do that I do a stretch like that, but I don't use this, but I should.
This
I don't
is-
have a full one like this for one
Oh,
thing.
you need the 3-foot one if you're going to use the posture
Yeah.
technique. Let's try it with the hard one first, Bob.
This
this
is yeah, really great technique for posture. Oh, I'm already off it, aren't I?
Yeah, it works good if you can put your head right here. Can you lift this arm up, Bob? You get from your sacrum to your head right down the center of your spine. And all I do is I just lay like this.
Yeah, this shoulder always and pec always gets tight on me. I
Yep.
don't know why.
And you
But-
let gravity
Yeah, I
stretch
just let
things
gravity
out.
stretch this out. We have a guy that's complaining about his posture, Brad, on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'm going to recommend that he tries this.
Right, right.
Because you can lay here a long, long time,
Yep.
and that's what he's going to need is a
Here,
prolonged
let's try the
stretch.
soft one now. Go up there on the soft one. I really like this for posture. This
Oh,
just
yeah,
lines that back up.
That's like, a softer mattress. I mean, it feels really good.
Yeah, and you can lay there. Now, if you really want to do a little balance and core stuff, you can lift one leg up and then the other one. Try both, Bob.
I
little
can do it.
core
So
strength
I'm hanging on. That's why. So
Okay, Bob, they're getting bored of this now. I just wanted to finish up with one thing here. We can just about fix anything, foam rollers, bodies, legs, IT band, but what about this, Bob?
can't fix a broken heart. What a bummer.
Have a good day.
Thanks.